Hi, my name is Sydney. My audience today is my sister, and my persuasive speech will be on why music is beneficial to society. Music is all around us. It's in many shapes and forms, but it's always around us in instrumental forms, in classical rock, Christian, or all the other genres. But music is always there. Music can help us communicate with others, help with mental health, help with our health, and help with pain. Music will be there when no one else is. In my article that I read about dopamine, it was 5 ways that music can help us. And it's by a guy named Suter. And it says that when dopamine is released in your brain, there are happy endorphins released. So when you're listening to an upbeat song, or when you're listening to a song that makes you really, really happy, dopamine is released. So dopamine's in your brain, and it's an endorphin, which means it's good for you. So the more dopamine released, the more happy you are. So when you're feeling sad, or when you're depressed, or when you're just having a really bad mental health day, just listen to some good feeling music. Could be 80s, could be 90s, could be all Christian. I listen to mostly Christian, and it always makes me happy. It always makes me feel upbeat. I think music is a very good influencer on that. It makes you very going with the tempos because they're not necessarily super fast, but they're not necessarily super slow either. So it helps you to be at a good solid pace to be able to do what you need to get done. My next article I read was 10 different ways that music is influential, and that was by a medical team, and it talked about pain. So when you have a pain stimulus in your body, it talks about your nerves talk to your brain. So when your brain gets the signal from your nerve, it says, hey, this is your pain spot, this is what's happening, please focus on this. So when you listen to music, it'll distract you. So say you have a song on in the background that's like 60 beats per minute at a good solid tempo, has some good words, very influential, and you're listening to that song and you're getting into it, and your pain goes away because you are no longer focusing on your pain. The medical team talked about when you listen to music, try to have that as the only thing that you focus on. Have that as the thing that you listen to, the tempo, the rhythm of the music, the lyrics that go along with it, what the meaning of the lyrics are. Everything behind the song to distract you from the pain that's going on in your body, because your brain can only focus on a certain thing for a certain amount of time. So if you're listening to music for like 15 minutes, that pain will go away completely. You will no longer have it in your mind. You will have it, but in your mind you will no longer have it because music is your main priority at that time. The third article I read was benefits to adults listening to music, and I think that's very, very beneficial for everyone here because we're all adults. And that was by a guy named Bryant, and it talked about blood vessels. So when you're having an anxiety attack, you're hyperventilating, which means you are breathing too fast. You have a higher heart rate, and your blood pressure is up. When your blood pressure goes up, you are no longer in control of your blood vessels. So your blood vessels dilate, which means they get bigger and more blood flow is going through them. When you listen to calm music that calms you down at that 60 beats per minute, going down to that in the middle tempo where it's not too fast, it's not too slow, it's right where you want it, it'll calm you down. Your heart rate will eventually be here, your blood pressure will go down, and your blood vessels will constrict, which means not very much blood flow will go through anymore, which means you will be normal. You will be calm, collected, and ready to go. Music is very helpful with that. I think that listening to music when you're having an anxiety attack should be a mandatory thing instead of having, medication or a therapist, which those are fine. That's completely fine if you want to do that, but music is definitely the route I would take because you can get it anywhere. You can look it up on YouTube. You can go on Spotify. You can go outside and probably hear your neighbor listening to music. Like, it is everywhere in the world. So I think that is more beneficial. And you don't have to pay for it. It's already there for you. If you have a musical instrument, then you can play it and you'll feel better anyways. In my visual, it talks about playing an instrument and how it puts up your IQ by 7 points. Just by playing a musical instrument, your IQ will go up by 7 points. So not only will you be healthy and you will be maintaining your anxiety and maintaining your pain, you will be smarter. In end result, you will have more brain function because music influences your brain to focus on one certain thing. Musicians are wonderful. They have so much brain capacity and they are so smart in everything they do because they are surrounded by music always. Always. There's not a musician I have met that is dumb. Not a single one. And I think just playing music is so much more beneficial than listening because you are with the tempo. You have to be on the tempo. You have to make sure that your rhythms sound good. And being more with music is so much more beneficial than just listening. But listening is very beneficial as well. My next visual is, it talks about how researchers have studied the benefits of music and how it will make you more self-aware, make you more self-motivated. Music is a very good motivational tool as well. When you're running or when you're stressed out and you need to get an exam like crammed for, or you're trying to work on homework, listening to music is a very good tip. You can have it in the background as a distraction from everything else in the world going on, or you can have it just listening to it and actually paying attention to it while you're doing your homework. And it will boost your confidence by like 10%, and it will boost your self-esteem. You will have so much more confidence in yourself if you listen to music because you will have more internal structure than everyone else. You will have more influence from music that you enjoy to influence yourself than everyone else. Not everyone can do music. Not everyone can play an instrument. Not everyone likes listening to music, but it's definitely something I recommend. I've played musical instruments since I was in 6th grade, and now I'm a sophomore in college, and I have done so much more with my life when music is involved. I was in marching band for 6 years, and I loved every minute of it. Every minute of it was wonderful because I was surrounded by something that made me joyful all the time. Even our sad songs made me happy. All of them made me calm down. I no longer had stress or something that was conflicting with me, and I felt better surrounded by music. If music doesn't help for you, then hopefully therapy or medication does, or anything else that you find available. But I do recommend music, and I think that it will be more beneficial for people than hinder them. And I hope that everyone enjoyed this. Thank you.